everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Valerie. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope you are having wonderful weather wherever you're at. Today our weather here in Indiana did get a little better. We had thunderstorms in the morning. Well, this was yesterday morning because it's now Saturday. So Friday morning we had some thunderstorms, and I'm talking Friday morning, March 28th, I think, and yeah, and we had some thunderstorms in the morning, most of the morning, and then it cleared up. I'm not sure when it cleared up, and then in the afternoon we got some sunshine and it warmed up. It actually got like in the 70s here today, which was wonderful. So anyway, I didn't get to enjoy much of it because I had a family emergency today. I had gotten up really early and got around and taken Valentine to the vet. She needed her yearly shots. So I got up early. I had to be there at 8:15, and it's like, a 20-minute drive to where the vet was at. And so I got her down there, got that done and everything. She's in good health. Everything's good with her. She got her shots, 3-year distemper and 3-year rabies. And they got flea medicine for her. I got flea medicine for Violet. Cost me an arm and a leg, but anyway, that's beside the point, I guess. So we're done with vet visits, hopefully, until November. So I had just gotten back home, and I had gotten her in the house, and I got her out of her kennel and all the little carrier I took her in, and got Violet out, got her pottied and situated, had gotten them fed and watered, so they were all taken care of. And I sat down to have a cup of coffee, and I was watching something on YouTube, and I noticed a message come through that was from my mom. So by the time I had got into my messages and started pulling up to look at it, she was calling me. So I answered the phone, and she said that, she goes, "I'm getting dressed, and I'm going to go to the hospital." And I'm like, oh my gosh, what's wrong? So she proceeds to tell me that she doesn't know what happened, but somehow or another she got sick. And then she like must have passed out, and she's got a black eye, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And she goes, "I'm going to drive myself." I said, "No, you're not driving yourself to the hospital. I'm on my way." Now she lives like 20 minutes away from me in another town. So I said, "I'm on my way. Don't get behind the wheel. If you don't feel like getting ready, I'll help you get ready when I get there. Just sit still, and I'm on my way." So I flew through the house and got everything. I had all my warmers on. I threw through the house, shut them all off because I don't leave them on when I'm not home, and got the animals situated, and grabbed what I needed, and ran out the door and got down into my mom's house and picked her up and got her to the hospital and back up here. So another 20 minutes back up here. Got her to the hospital, and then we proceeded to spend most of the morning in the hospital, in the emergency room. And what the doctor thinks happened, she had taken her blood pressure, because she does have high blood pressure, but she monitors it, and she is on some blood pressure medicine. And recently she's started walking a lot. She's been going to the senior center, and she's been walking like 2 miles a day. And she's always done exercises, and my mom's in her 80s, so it's really good that she's doing these things because she's really trying to take good care of her health and herself. She's never smoked, she doesn't drink, she's in really good health. She kind of watches what she eats, but anyway, she's not overweight. So she had taken her blood pressure that morning, and it was pretty low. And she said she didn't think anything about it. She thought, well, maybe the reading was off, so she was going to retest a little bit later. And then a little bit later didn't come because she ended up passing out. She said she didn't even remember passing out or anything. So she didn't get like dizzy or anything. So the doctor was concerned that he called it a dead drop, that if somebody, he would be more concerned if she hadn't taken her blood pressure and seen it was low before this happened. Because he said a lot of times people don't have any symptoms. They don't get dizzy. They, no symptoms at all, and they just pass out. And he says what happens is that they're going into heart arrhythmia, or they're flatlining. Their heart's flatlining, and they're basically dying. So I was like, oh my gosh. So when he first told me that, and then we were, he said, well, if it hadn't been for her taking her blood pressure and seeing it was low prior to that, he would have hospitalized her immediately. But they monitored her heart the whole time we were there. They did a CAT scan. They did X-rays. I mean, they did a wonderful job. I've been to this hospital all my life, in and out. And there's been times we went there and it's just been crappy health care. And it has actually was wonderful today. They were very respectful of me. And then my sister ended up meeting us up there. So they were respectful of my mom, me, and my sister. They were felt very protected. They had actual security when we walked in the door. They had like they have at the courthouse, in the airports. You have to walk through, make sure you have no metal on, and they don't allow any guns, and they have more than just one security guy. They had several, a security team right there, which I thought that was really good. I had never seen that before in the hospital, so I was really impressed. I was impressed with the service we got. They got her in right away. We didn't even have to wait. They got her into a room, and it was good. Thank God. And so we got really good care, but she does have a shiner. Her whole on this, and she broke her glasses. Luckily, she had a backup pair, so she broke her glasses, and we don't know what she hit. She was coming from one room into another, so maybe she hit the doorway. I don't know. We don't know. But her whole eye. By the time I left her today, she had her eye was black up in here. It was right down in here. It came down and it was swelled. I mean, it was sticking out out to here, all the way down into here. And she had little red dots here where you could tell that it maybe she hit something so hard. Her nose was all swollen and her nose was bleeding. And it kept bleeding the whole time we were pretty much at the hospital. The doctor had to pack her nose to get the bleeding to stop. And then she even had some blackness coming over on this side of her face. And she had no brain damage. She didn't have any brain injuries, thank goodness. And no concussion. But what she did do is we have an occipital ocular thing, I guess, is where our eye fits into. It's a socket, and all around it is bones. And she had fractured her bone right here, and another fracture here. So she actually did bust up. I mean, she has broken bones right there. So we have to be very careful that the nerve from the eye, because our eyes are on a pulley, so she has to be careful that her eye, when she looks up, that's gonna affect this area here, and she's got to be careful that the nerve doesn't get slide down into where the fracture's at until it heals. So so there's things we've got to take precaution. At this point in time, he said she doesn't need to have surgery, but he did refer her. She's got to go see an ear, nose, eyes, and throat specialist. That specializes in that, and so she's got to go make an appointment Monday to go see them, and she does have to go see her ophthalmologist about her eye to make sure there was no damage done to the eye and all that. Plus, she needs to get her glasses fixed on top of that. So it was a busy, stressful day, and by the time my sister, she was working, so she left work and came. And she stayed as long as she could, but she's just taken over the Treasury Department in our county. So she became the treasurer and was voted in. And so she had to get back because they're doing taxes and stuff, and she had to be there for some of that. So she came to the hospital for quite a while, and then she had to leave. And so then I made sure my mom we got her discharged. They gave her an antibiotic because she has fluid right in here that they didn't want to turn into an infection. So we had to go and pick up her prescription, which was another 20 minutes in the wrong direction from her house. So I drove her over there. We got that. Got her some Tylenol. I said, do you need anything else? Do you need groceries? Do you need anything else before we get you home? Because she can't drive. She's not allowed to drive for this next week, and she needs to stay down and just rest and and be still as much as possible for this next week. She can't blow her nose, and she can't eat crunchy things. She's got to be careful when she chews because of this area. So she has to eat soft foods and that kind of stuff too. So anyway, my poor mom, she just looks so horrible because of, and so I tried to make light of it, and I told her, people are going to give you a hard time, about having the black eye, having the shiner. I said, so a good comeback is just saying, well, you think this looks bad, you should have seen the other person. So she loved that. So, we did find some humor, through this emergency a little bit. So that's why a lot of times I try to deal with things, just to bring a little humor, to lighten up the mood a little bit. So anyway, this is why all this explanation is why, because I don't have any makeup on, and I wasn't going to do this video this week. I was going to skip it. I thought, no, I want to get it done. And since then, I got her home, and I was at her house with her for several hours. And then my sister was on her way there, and I had to get home to take care of Violet and Valentine. And I was exhausted. I mean, because I had not had much sleep the night before. Yesterday, because it was my day off. I don't know. My schedule's all screwed up, guys, So if I have to go do things, I normally sleep during the day, even on my days off. So I felt like I missed my night sleep. So by the time I got home and got the animals taken care of, got them fed, I got me a little something to eat because I hadn't eaten all day. It was like 7 o'clock, and I thought, I'm going to bed. So I went to bed, and I only was able to sleep for like 6-7 hours, and then I got up, and Violet was waking me up anyway. She wanted to drink water, so I got her water, and then she wanted to go out, so I took her out. And then we went and laid back down. I just haven't been able to go back to sleep. So I thought I might as well get up and start my day. So I got me some coffee, and I thought, well, I'll go ahead and get this videos done. So please, if you're praying, people, I ask that you will keep my mom in your thoughts and prayers for her healing and quick and speedy recovery, and I just pray that she doesn't fall again, and that she has no permanent damage, and that that she'll be okay and back to normal. I'm thankful she didn't break a hip, break an arm, or anything like that. So I just so thankful that it wasn't worse than what it was. But still, breaking your face bone, that's gotta hurt. She was like, oh, I'm not really in any pain. I just feel some pressure. And the doctor actually made her he goes, I think you really need to take some Tylenols. He goes, just take a couple. And so he did talk her in, and she took a couple Tylenol. And then she got really groggy and got relaxed. And then I got her home, and I got her antibiotics started on her in her and stuff. So she was like kind of loopy, and she did rest. She did fall asleep and take a mini nap while I was there. So anyway, so thank you in advance for all that. So if you liked all this kind of drama, guys, and you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button right now. Do it now before you forget, and then click the notification bell, and click also you're notified of any of my new uploaded videos. And we'd love to have you join our fam. This is everyday real life here, guys. I don't put on airs. I'm down to earth. I'm truthful. I'm honest. Sometimes I try to have my makeup on. I've been trying to have my makeup on look a little bit more presentable lately. And I'm proud of myself because I even wore makeup all week long. All week long I wore makeup. And I got up and I actually felt better. I actually did feel better. And now I'm still struggling with my sinus issue, guys, my allergies or whatever it may be. I still have fluid in my ear, and one day I feel great, and then the next day I feel like crap. Now today I was feeling pretty good going through all this, and then as the day progressed, by the time we got to my mom's, my throat started getting that tickle again, drainage. I started drainage in my throat. By the time I got home, I've been coughing and kind of just feeling like crap again. My head feels all full and nasty. So I'm back and forth with this constantly. And I have a doctor's appointment next month, just in a week or two, 2 weeks, I think. So I don't want to make a special appointment and go because it's going to cost me more money. And I don't want to spend the money. you know, so. I tease and say I'm a cheapo, but I have to be because I'm a single income. And with the cost of everything just going up and up and up and up, this last couple of years, I've really had to watch my budget, you know, really closely. I still indulge on things probably I shouldn't, but you know, you got to have a little bit of fun. So I don't go out, I don't party, I don't go out, I don't go to movies, I don't run the streets, I don't do any of that kind of stuff. I work and I come home and stay home. So if I purchase, you know, some hauls here and there, so be it. But I really have cut back this last year, especially my wax hauls. Lots. And my, you know, perfume and body spray hauls too. So, and makeup hauls. I used to do a lot of makeup hauls. All right, guys, I'm going to quit jibber jabbering about life. And I hope you didn't mind. I'm sorry. I hope you didn't mind. And if you guys have already subscribed, I want to thank you guys so very, very much for that too. All right, so let's jump in. Last week I forgot a candle, so I didn't burn any more of it this week, but I wanted to go ahead and include it this week. So last week I did burn some of this Aldi candle, which I think is such a cute one. This was not Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, like 2 or 3 years ago, in part of their collection. And this is daffodils and wild clover, and it's just called Gnomes. And yeah, it was pretty full when I started. I mean, it was kind of like right up in here. I'd only burned it one other time. And yeah, I do have some mushrooms on that, but, you know, what are you going to do? It burned pretty nice. It's not like super fast, but it's not like, you know, super slow. This is a very nice scent. I didn't think I would like it with the daffodils, but it is pretty. It's clean, a light floral. It's kind of sweet. And I burned this in my bathroom, and I can smell it. Comes out here in my open concept, even out in my kitchen, I can smell it. It's a banger. So if you ever see this, I did see they have these on their website in my area. I don't know if it's the same everywhere else, but you can order them online. This collection, actually. And there was 4 different ones. There was blessed, not lucky, but blessed. There was lucky, and then there was the one that smelled like Irish cream. So yeah, I got like 2 of each one of them, so I have a backup to this one, but this is actually really nice. It's a nice spring scent. I'm trying to get out of my fall and winter. I didn't feel like I got a lot warm this week, but I did finish up some stuff, but today is the 29th. Anyway, I decided April 1st, I'm going to switch over and just do my spring stuff because I'm really getting tired of the heavy fall stuff. And now it is, you know, like today was 70 degrees, so maybe we'll start getting some a little bit warmer, sunnier type weather to where I feel like actually doing some spring and summer scents. More spring. Okay, I have one more candle that I warmed. And I warmed this in conjunction with a wax. I warmed... or burned strawberry pound cake from Bath & Body Works. Scent notes for fresh strawberries, golden shortcake, and whipped cream. And this one burnt pretty fast, guys. I mean, I don't think I'd only burned it one other time. And I burned it like, I think 4 or 5 hours. And it burnt pretty fast. I mean, it's like, I don't know if you can see it or not. I can see it from here, but, you know, we're like right here. So, not quite half, but it was good. I had it out in my on my bar area in my kitchen, and I could smell it out here. It was really wonderful. Now, I did it in conjunction. I only had 3 cubes of this one left, this bar left, so I went ahead and had these in my warmers, and this is strawberry lemon cake. And I do have other bars, but I didn't want to start another bar. So I split this up between 4 warmers and my open concept. And this is fresh strawberries, lemon zest, and vanilla buttercream. I really like this one, guys. I really like it. It just smells very realistic. And I like the sweetness of the strawberries and the cake. Is it got cake in it? Or the buttercream? Yeah. But it does smell kind of like there's a cake note in there, probably from the buttercream. And then the lemon zest in there just kind of gives it more of a realistic scent to me with a little bit of tartness. And I like the sweet with the tartness. And I guess I didn't realize how much until I warmed another one, and we're going to talk about that. So I had this going, and I had this going in conjunction, and it was wonderful. Oh my gosh. These really complemented each other. This was a little bit sweeter, and this had a little bit more tartness to it, and it was wonderful. My house smelled amazing. And then I shut this, I blew this out, and just left this going, and then this actually went into like the next day. I mean, I think I got like over 24 hours performance with this, which I was very impressed with that. Now, at the end, it was like not super banger, but I could walk in the room and go, it smells like a nice strawberry bakery. So I do enjoy this one. This is in my club, and it is staying in my club. Okay, guys, that's all the candles I got warm, or I burned. So let's move into Scentsy. We'll do Scentsy first. That way, if that's all you came for, you can leave after I get this done. Or you can stay. You're more than welcome to stay. I'm not trying to rush you out the door. All right, this one, I had never worn before. I got it in my Scentsy monthly club. My Scentsy club, my monthly subscription. This last time, a couple days ago, and I don't have the video up yet, but I'm going to get that up probably in a couple days. So I got strawberries and cream. This is scent of the month for March, and scent notes of strawberry preserves, whipped cream, lemon zest, and it is in the fruity category, and it is white wax. Now this, when I first opened it, it is like strawberry preserves. I mean, it is. It's like macerated type strawberries. And I like that scent. I really do. But when I put it in my warmers, what is it? The whipped cream came out in it more. And it does cream it down. If it was just the macerated strawberries, I think I would love it. And maybe with the lemon zest in there, I think I would really love it. But I didn't care for it. I really didn't care for it. I like this one much better than this one. This one seemed a little fake to me for some reason. I don't know. It just seemed a little fake. It was a lot sweeter, much, much sweeter than this one. And I kept thinking, why don't I like this one? I thought I would love it. You know, why don't I like it? It was a little bit stronger than this, actually. But I still like this. I prefer this one much more. And I got to thinking, normally I love super sweet scents. Really, normally just love it. But this one just didn't do it for me. I think I like the lemon and strawberry combination in this better. This is fresh strawberry note, lemon zest, and buttercream. And I don't know if that makes a difference. Where this one is strawberry preserves, whipped cream topping, and lemon zest. Trying to think, lemon zest. So yeah, out of the two, I like this one. I had this in my monthly club. I had it in another club. I went in and took it out. I'm not going to get any more. So I just like this so well. I think I just needed a little bit more tartness to it. So I grabbed out one of my lemons. I grabbed out Squeeze the Day. And I grabbed just one cube, and I divided it in 4 and put it in my 4 warmers that I had this in. Because I had 3 cubes divided into 4 different warmers. So the reason I do that is I had 2 warmers that have smaller dishes. So I take 1 cube, cut it in half, and then I split it. And then I have 2 other bigger warmers that I put 1 cube and then the other cube. So I end up doing like 3 cubes in my open concept most of the time. So yeah, so that's why I did that. And then I added it in there, and I kind of like that combination a little bit better. Added a little bit more tartness, toned down that strawberry. The strawberry was just too sweet for me. I think it was too strong and too sweet. And so yeah, I'm not going to get any more of this. I thought about it because I like this combo. I like the lemon with it. But yeah. And Squeeze the Day is just lemon and like creamy vanilla. Yeah, lemons and vanilla cream. And this one is not my favorite on its own either. This is the only bar I've ever bought, and I bought it when I first became a consultant, and I've only used 4 cubes of it. I just can't seem to bring myself to get rid of it. But I have 4 cubes left, so I really want to work on trying. This is going to be one of my projects, use it up for the spring and summer. So I did warm that. All right, guys. The next one, I ended up using that as a mixer too, which is this one. Okay, I did use up one that I just really didn't like, and that is honey pear cider. It's not available anymore. I had 3 cubes left of this. On cold, it smells really wonderful. This is juicy pear, honey, ginger, cinnamon, and clove. And this is, I think, Bring Back My Bar in summer of 2022. And on cold, I liked it. On warm, it's not terrible. But when there's a cider note, I probably stressed this before. When there's a cider note in a scent, I want apple cider. I don't want pear cider. I don't want orange cider. I want apple cider. And that's what was missing out of this. So I did warm it for a while on its own. And then I just couldn't do it anymore. It was more like spicy, cinnamony. So I grabbed this bar, Grandma's Orchard. And I did a couple cubes, I think. No, I did 1 cube and I cut it in 4, just like I did the other one. And I added it in directly with this one because I wanted more apple. And this has got fresh apple wood, and Anjou pear. And I really did like this one. And I did like it with this. The apple came out in it, and it became more of a cidery, appley scent like I like. So, I would not purchase honey pear cider again because I just don't like the pear cider notes. I want apple. If it's a cider note, I want apple. I don't want, like I said, the pear. I don't want the orange. I want to make sure it's an apple cider. So that's just my preference, okay? I know a lot of people love this one. So if you ever see it, at least try it out and see if it's something you like and your preference. And Grandma's Orchard, you can't get this either anymore, but if you ever see it, I found it in a flash sale. And I would repurchase that one because it was actually pretty good. I have one more from Scentsy, and this was, I think I had 4 cubes of this, so I went ahead and dumped this in my warmers. And I do have more bars of this, but I do not have it in my club anymore because I took it out. This is Orchard Apple and Spice. I love this one. I really did love this one. And this has got ripe orchard apple, bright cherry, and warm spice. And this is in the fruit category. And it does have a nice appley, cinnamony scent. But the different thing about this is it's got a cherry note that does come out. It's not like full-on cherry, but I get whiffs of that cherry note in there with that apple, and I love it. I really do like it. Yeah, so this is not a bar you can get anymore. I don't know why they took it away because I loved it. And I had it in my club for a while, but I just got to make room for something else. So I do have a stack of this though, so I think I still have like 5 or 6 bars of this. So that is Orchard Apple and Spice. All right, guys, that is all my Scentsy that I have for you today. So if that's why you came, thank you so much for joining us. All right, and for those of you who are staying, let's go on. I do have, let's do retail. I have 3 retail and only a couple vendors. I feel like I did not get a lot warm this summer, or this last week. Some of them just took longer in my warmers, and I was busy, and I wasn't feeling great. So, yeah, I had last weekend I went out with my family. We went to a passion play in Shipshewana, and it was so wonderful. Oh my gosh. Like the whole arena is like an arena. It's like a coliseum where they're like a football coliseum type thing. And the whole like football field area where the football field would be at, and it was indoors, was the stage. And they set the stage for the timeline for Jesus Christ's life through the Bible. And it was amazing. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Several of our churches combined and people just volunteer to put this on once a year. And it's wonderful, and it's free to the public. They just ask for donations. They have all kinds of food concessions you can buy and drinks and stuff. And it was a really, really good experience. Me, my cousins, and my mom and my aunt, we all went. We had a wonderful time. And then we went out to dinner at an Amish restaurant afterwards, which the food was amazing. And so I had a good time, but I was up like 24 hours because I had to work that night. So I came home, I rested for a couple hours, but I didn't sleep. And then went into work and worked so I worked like 24 hours. And I was exhausted all week long from that. So anyway, the first scent that I warmed that was retail was from Sensationals, and it is Crimson. This is an older bar, and I don't know if you can get it. And I grabbed a bunch of them because I thought they were. I think I bought quite a few of these, if I'm not mistaken. This has got cranberry and oak in it, and it's got scent notes of. Now, Sensationals, if you go online, like whoever sells them, and you click like the description, like say Walmart, you go on Walmart's website and you pull this up, and then there'll be like a description you can click on. A lot of times they'll give you more scent notes than what's on the front of these. So I do that sometimes. And this has got red grapefruit, cranberry, Italian lemon, herbal sage, ambered saffron, lavender, sweet woods, musk, and suede. And it is a pretty, like, rusty red color. I did 2 cubes in my bedroom. This was nice. It was nice. I did get the cranberry note, and the oak did come through. It was kind of nice. It was, calming, and it was relaxing, probably because the lavender's in there. It had a little bit of woodiness in there, kind of perfuminess from the musk. It wasn't too dark and deep because I think the lemon... is there a lemon in there? Yeah, Italian lemon kind of brightened it a little bit. This was nice. And then once the cranberry, after I had this in my bedroom for a couple days, and once the cranberry kind of worn off, then I got more of that oak note. And I don't mind it as much, but I was getting kind of tired of it. So, and I wanted to sweeten it back up. So I grabbed, I was in the mixing mood this week. So I grabbed some Better Homes and Gardens Vanilla and Cookie Crunch. And I did 2 cubes. I dumped it in the same warmers that had been going in. And it did sweeten it up. And I got, a nice oaky scent with some cookie vanilla goodness with it. So those 2 were nice. I don't know if I'd ever blended them again. But it was nice. It was nice for just to be able to sweeten this up a little bit more. Sometimes if those woody scents come in or they're at the end of... I like them while they have the sweetness in them, but once the sweetness is kind of gone and it's just the woodiness or the tree note at the end, I want something more sweet with it, so this worked fine to do that with. Okay, I did one more retail in my bedroom. It's going now, and I had this for a long time, and I think I don't know if I have any more bars of this. And I believe this is still available at Walmart. This is Sensationals Feeling Cozy. And yeah, I had it since 5/23, so almost a year and a half, about a year and a half. This is Warm Woods and Crisp Apple, and it does have more scent notes: wild black currant, pink peppercorn, jasmine, dewy rose, cashmere, blonde woods, and vanilla bourbon. And it is like a creamy white colored wax. I did 2 in my 2 in my bedroom. This is wonderful. Oh my gosh, I love this one. This has got that creaminess in there. It's sweet. It's got a little bit of spice, not a lot, like a bourbon. You can smell that bourbon in there. And I love bourbon scents. This is wonderful. I don't get like a pink peppercorn type note with it. I don't get a rose note. It just gets like a soft perfumey note. It really kind of reminds me of like... not Cashmere Woods. It's not as woodsy as that, but as what's the other one? Cozy Cardigan. It kind of reminds me of Cozy Cardigan a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna be checking. And this is in the woods category. I think it's in the woods. Yeah, wood category. But I don't get tons of wood out of it. So and it's still going. It's just a nice, soft, perfumey, sweet, creamy scent. And this was nice to drift off to sleep. And I'm still smelling it. I've had it in my warmers for, I think, a couple days now. And it's just like, I think I put it in yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, I put it in Thursday. And it's been going since then. It's Saturday morning. So, early Saturday morning. So anyway, feeling cozy. I will definitely be repurchasing more of those. Okay, guys, I got 2 vendors. One I revisited from last week, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about it because I put it in my warmers in my bedroom, and I had a hard time smelling it, and I didn't know, and I've had this for a while, and I got this in a round robin, so I don't know how old this wax is, to be honest. So, I went ahead but I had something else stronger out here going. I had not butterbeer. Yeah, I had butterbeer going out here, and no, I didn't have butterbeer. What did I have going out here that was so strong? Did I do butterbeer? No, I haven't worn butterbeer yet. It was very caramely, and I can't remember now what it was. It wasn't Gimme Candy. Anyway, and it was very strong. It was a very strong caramely type toffee scent. Oh, salted caramel toffee. That's what it was. And it was just amazing, but it was very rich and thick, and so when I walked in my bedroom, I was like, I couldn't really smell this. And I think that scent was just overpowering my senses so much that when I went in there, I just couldn't smell it. So I rewarmed it again. This is L3 Waxy Wonders. Leaves, peanuts, caramel apple, campfire, and mallow. And I could smell it. Okay, so I did smell it. It did perform good. I just think it was just overpowering from the other one. So I have a little bit more of that left to warm. So I'm not sure if I'm going to get through it before I start. I might keep it out and just try to work through it because I just don't know how old it is and I want to use it up. Okay, the next vendor wax was a K scented melt. And this is peppermint pine cones, peppermint candy, pine cones, and Twinkies. I had 3 cubes left, and I divided them up into my warmers in my bedroom. I normally only use 2 cubes, but this one I did 1.5 cubes in each. And this was really, really nice. The second time I had warmed it, I did 3 cubes out here in my open concept. I think if I got this again, I would definitely make sure I would use more out here in my open concept if I warmed it out here, because last time it wasn't super strong, but I only used 3 cubes. Now, when I used the 3 cubes in my bedroom, it was very, very aromatic. It filled my room up. It was wonderful. So yeah, and I'm not much for a pine cone person. I love peppermint, but I'm not really a big pine cone person. But yeah, I might get a couple more wears of that next time I order. So just to have it on hand, because it was nice. All right, guys, so that's all my jibber jabbering, and that's all my what's been going on with me this week. So let me know down in the comments what's been going on with you guys. And if any of you ever need a prayer request, please feel free to put it in the comments down below. I am a Christian, and I do believe in the Bible and in God's Word and in Jesus Christ and prayer. So I would be more than happy to pray for anybody. I am a prayer warrior. I pray all the time. So with that being said, I hope God blesses each and every one of you, and I will see you next time. And thank you so much. Love you guys.